Tonight, we crack open the Broken Barrel Americana. Welcome to the show. Well, I've had this Broken Barrel Americana for a while. I know I got it on one of my bourbon hunts, probably a couple months back. So poor old thing's been sitting up there collecting dust. Not too bad. And I don't remember exactly why I got this bourbon or picked this bourbon or put it on my Lucky 7 list. Something about it, I thought it was interesting. And I remember reading something about that they actually finish their bourbons by using broken barrels or staves, I guess you'd better put it. And they've got several different versions of the broken barrel, and in North Georgia I see it pretty much all over the place, and they're all very reasonable, 30s, 40s, maybe somewhere in the 50s. I'll have to actually look up the price of this and put this on the bottom of the screen. I don't think it was very expensive. I think it was below $40, but don't hold it against me if I'm wrong. Like I said, it's been a couple months. You can go to their website, brokenbarrelwhiskey.com, and unfortunately, you're not going to learn a whole lot about what the individual bourbons or whiskeys are. I mean, they give you a short paragraph, and then, click to buy now. So we're just going to look and see what the bottle says about it. The bottle says it's Broken Barrel Americana, straight American whiskey finished with broken barrel staves. Well, at least I had that part right. It's American made with corn, rye, and malted barley. Okay, so that's kind of traditional. This one is 100 proof. I think it is sourced, well, at least it's partially sourced, distilled in Indiana and Kentucky, produced and bottled by Broken Barrel Whiskey Company, Owensboro, Kentucky. So I don't know if part of it is theirs. My guess is it's probably sourced from two and blended by Broken Barrel, because they say nothing about distilling it themselves. Usually people like to say that. Batched and bottled in Owensboro, Kentucky. So this one, what was unusual about it? Oh, on the side, you can see the mash bill. It says it's 80% corn, 14% rye, 6% malted barley. That's not bad. I mean, I like the rye fairly low, so that's not bad for me. The oak bill, which I take it is the staves that they put in it, is 40% charred American oak, 40% toasted American oak, and 20% American apple brandy cask. Okay, so there's your finish with the staves. Not just a oak finish, you've got that apple brandy casks. That might add a little bit of sweetness and flavor to it. So I think it's breathed enough. Like, it's only 100 proof, shouldn't take long for that. And let's see what the nose thinks. Well, I definitely pick up some fruit there. I assume it's the apple. It's a light fruit, so I would say probably the apple. Not real distinctive. Definitely some oak going on there. And a little bit of spice, but not much. Not real traditional bourbon smelling, but it still smells nice. Cheers. Nice little bit of baking spice right up front. A little bit of pepper right on the tongue. Not bad though, not hot. It drinks pretty well. I don't really taste any ethanol. Not astringent. It's a little bit sweet. I do get that light fruit coming across. the first sip was quite pleasant. I figured for this to be something, you know, maybe just, I don't know, cheap. It doesn't taste cheap. Let's take another sip. That's quite good. It reminds me of so many different bourbons I have that has a light finish to it. It's not a heavy finish. It doesn't taste like a flavored or infused bourbon. That apple is just like a hint of apple. The bourbon is still prevalent. It doesn't drink hot. The second sip, I got less pepper on the tip of the tongue. And it's got a decent finish. Light baking spices, a little bit of dried fruit. Not bad, not great, but not bad at all. And I'll look up at the break because I've got this fancy database on my phone now and tell you exactly what the prices I paid for it. Like it was several months back, I think, I don't even remember where I got it from. Maybe over in Cartersville, someplace? Well, let's take one more sip and go to final thoughts. Two words, besides final thoughts, right? That's two words. Pleasantly surprised. I really, at $32.99, I really had not a whole lot of expectations. I've been trying a lot of craft and small distillery bourbons. That's kind of my thing. I enjoy the Big 8 or the big distilleries as much as anybody. Some of my favorite bourbons come from the big distilleries. But I'm just amazed sometimes how good some of these craft bourbons are and whiskeys. Some of them are amazing. Now, some of them are sourcing from MGP and the like. Others are doing it on their own, like Chattanooga. But the guys that are doing this out there, the true craft bourbon guys, they've got talent. So whoever put this bourbon together, blended it, finished it, they've got talent. For $32.99, I am really impressed. This would be something that I would sip during the week. It's not that special that it would be a weekend sipper or a special occasion type thing. I would certainly share it with friends. I might even put it in a nice cocktail with some ginger ale and, I don't know, one of those Luxardo cherries. I bet you that'd be pretty good. So this is one of those good kind of all-around bourbons. Neat, probably good on the rocks. I think it would definitely be good in a simple cocktail. If you're drinking bourbon, then no reason for it not to be simple, right? Don't need complex when you're drinking bourbon. But value for the money? I think it's a great value for the money. I know there's other lineups. I don't know, maybe the term Americana kind of sold me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'll replace it, but I would be interested in buying other versions of the Broken Barrel and see if I like them as well, maybe even better. So, value for the money, very good. What does it remind me of? Well, I can tell you that I don't have a lot of bourbons that are finished in apple brandy barrels. The ones that I do have are cask strength and are just off the chart good, and not really a good comparison. But and I don't have it with me, so you'll just have to, there's the bottle right here. The Noble Oaks, which is it's a source bourbon, and it's finished in French oak. It's got that kind of flavor, that hint of the French oak, where here you had the hint of the apple brandy barrels. Same kind of experience, a light taste, a good bourbon, a good sipper, a great value. I would have no problem drinking either one of these as a daily sipper. And they're both great values. So that brings us to our recommendation system. 1 through 5. And I don't think you need to rush out right away because I see these everywhere. 5 being don't bother, obviously. I would give this a level 3 recommendation. Shop around, get the best price. It is a great bourbon. If you can get it for $30, under $30, even better. I do see it a lot of places. I think you can find it for maybe sub 30. And if you do, buy 2. I think you'll like it. It does have a nice flavor. There's nothing objectionable in it. Be a good daily sipper. So that brings us to the end of the show, where we ask you to hit that subscribe button, to comment and share, and please like this video. And as always, never drink and drive. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time.